No, wait, wait. Wait, 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 wait. Wait, wait. Oh, I'm not gonna make it if I keep slacking. I'm really not gonna make it if I keep slacking. Um, okay, we got work to do. Why is there not a THU? Saturday is when I take my test. Other than that, what is okay? Good. Okay. Should I focus more on algebra? Let's adapt. Right. Okay. I mean, I'm okay if I don't get no assignments, but yeah. Well, yeah, these are coming back. That's good. Okay. Let's do Cut Academy now because I have nothing to do here. I am something, huh? This time. 34 minutes. Wow, I wasted all my time and now I'm doing on 34 minutes. I'm such the worst example in the world. Okay, wait, let me turn which blocks everything. Which is on. Yes, it's on. It has a password too, which yep, which I didn't make, so I am completely off. I can't do it. Which is what we want. Alright, let's go. Ah, I hate YouTube. Oh my goodness. Then why do I watch YouTube? I don't know. Mm, 36 minutes. 32 minutes. Did I do this? What are central ideas and questions? On the reading and writing section of this too. Wasn't this like B? Yes, it was B. Okay, so I do. What should we think about central ideas? Okay, over here. How should we think about central ideas and detailed questions? Central idea and detailed questions focus on reading comprehension, and they do so in a fairly straightforward way. Alright, give me this. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, wait. Straightweight way. Straightweight way? Straight way? It didn't say straightweight way. Wait. So it's, oh, wait, no, that. Okay, the highlight works also. Okay, give me the highlighter. Remove the emoji. That's gonna be annoying. Okay, nice. MCQ. Alright, let's get the highlighter. Oh, wait. Yes. How should we think about chemical ideas and detailed questions? Wait. Oh yeah, how should we think about central ideas and detailed questions? Central ideas and detailed questions on reading comprehension, and they do in a fairly straightforward way. We won't need any outside knowledge. We won't need analysis. We won't need any outside knowledge, yes. We won't need to analyze the text too deeply, okay, and any straightforward way, or do any complex reasoning. We will simply need to read the passage carefully. Central idea questions asks us to identify the main idea of the passage. Since the passages for these questions are fairly short, finding this main idea shouldn't be too tricky. Okay, the main idea should cover a majority details introduced in the text. Okay, so give like the main point happening in the text. Mention any particular points of of point. Huh. Okay. Wait. All right. So wait. This another button. I know. Emphasis. Emphasis. But emphasis. Emphasis.
Emphasis.
Emphasis. Emphasis means a force or. Just give me the simple definition. Give me emphasis. A forceful quality in the way something is said or written. You need to state your arguments with greater emphasis. State your argument more forcefully. Forcefully means you don't want to do something, right? A forceful quality in the way something is said or written. Oh, a forceful quality. So you're being forced to give more quality to your sentence, like detail. Mention any particular points of emphasis from the text. So any um, more detailed parts from the text. You know what? Let's just take this and maybe that. Let me see. Does this work? When it says, I don't know what emphasis means. Short answer. Point of emphasis. Points of emphasis. The part the author really wants you to notice. Oh, the part the author really wants you to notice, the idea they highlight, repeat, or stress. Okay, thank you. Okay, so a part that the author wants you to know. Okay, I didn't even know author wants you to know something. I mean, like, really wants you to know something. The main point should not. Oh, wait. The main point should not. Um, the main idea should not focus too intent. sh- Focus on too much on just one detail from the text. Introduce new ideas that is not addressed within the text, and conduct information from the text. Details. Details questions ask us to answer a specific question about an idea contained in the passage. Detailed questions can unusually be answered using information from one particular sentence in the text. These questions will contain words, phrases, or ideas that will direct us to the appropriate part of the text. Once there, we simply need to find the correct detail needs to answer the question. Well, what just happened? Okay. How to approach central ideas and detailed questions. Okay. No need to add it. Let me actually. To solve a central idea and detailed questions, consider following these steps. Step 1. Summarize the text in your words. Don't just skim the passage, read it closely and try to Summarize the idea you encounter in your own words. By the time you finish reading, you should have a strong under understanding of the information contained in the passage. Okay, don't just fast read, try to be with the text so you can summarize in your head and which will cause you to understand oh my goodness, which will cause you to understand the words more. Um, should have what? Should have a strong understanding of the interpreters. Determine the task. The question that follows the passage will reveal your task. Does does it does it ask about the main idea or does it ask about a particular piece of information? Okay. Revisit the task. Question is about the main idea, then revisit your summary of the text to find the overranging, but R-A-G, there's no N, over, arc, overarching,
Overarching.
aha, of the text to find the overarching theme. Mm. Yo, what's my, stuff? Um, yeah. If the passage asks about something specific, then head to the section of the passage to search out the correct detail. Okay. Predicted evidence. Based on your understanding of the passage, you should be able to answer to the question fairly, accurately, without even looking at the choices. If someone asks you to summarize, wait, based on the understanding of the passage, okay, able to answer the question fairly accurately without even looking at the choices. Okay. If someone asks you to summarize the text, what would you say? For instance, in the example question above, we might predict that the main idea is something like farmers improved the study of Black Power movement by exploring the roles of women. That's not what I read. Many intellectual historians of the Black Power movement of the 19th centuries and that heavily rely heavily on essays on other illogical works as primary source. A technician that overrepresents the perspective of small numbers of thinkers, most of them were men or male. Similar Farmer has shown that expanding the army are that's not army area expanding area.
Array.
What's array?
Array.
Hooray! What's array? A large group of a large group of number of things, usually singular. A large group of or number of things, usually singular. They offer a wide base, broadening array of a large group of a large group, which is usually singular. What do you mean by singular? Do you mean like a large one group? You know what? Yeah, the simple definitions aren't simple now. To dress or decorate, especially in slip. Oh yeah, never mind. I'm going back to a simple definition. Um, they offer the card is available in army of colors, area of colors. We encounter the whole area of problems. Many problems, but they're problems. So humans. is airy. They're all humans, but there's different types of humans, like little difference. Okay, so the has shown that expanding the array of primary sources to encompass more types of material, including political cartoons, advertisement, artworks, led to a better understanding of the movement. How much time do I have? 21 minutes. So for this, I was summarize. Um, women couldn't. The Black Power movement was, yeah. It says nothing about women. So I didn't even thought about women. I just, oh, it says it here. Okay. So my thing was, our movement was was like, what do you call, more shown across the people, like social media by farmers who were usually male. They made different ways of showing without using too much resources on print material, like cartoons, advertisement, and network. So the answer was B, because farmers' methods and research have enriched the historical understanding of they found new ways of conveying a simple message. Okay. Um. Oh, yeah, I'm here. Based on your understanding of the passage, you should be able to um, answer the question fairly accurately without even looking at the choices. If somebody asks you to summarize the text, what would you say? For instance, in the example above, question above, we might predict that the main idea is showing like uh, Adam Farmer has approved the study of Black Power movement by exploring the roles of women. Did it say anything about exploring roles of women? Oh, they gave actually, no, not ideas. They did it before the farmers, and that's why the farmers got the idea to do that. Okay. Once you predict the answer in your own words, it should be pretty easy to find a match along the choices. If you're not sure, you can eliminate your ways to answer by getting rid of choices that contradicts the passage or introduce a new idea. Your turn. Oh no! Wait, how much time do I have? 18 minutes. The following text is adapted. Don't read that. Wait. Bill is a solver staying at Emerson and run by their parents. Okay. According to the text, why does Bill regularly ask about Sober's man? Why does Bill regularly ask about suffering men? Every day when Bill would come back from his soul, he would ask if any suffering men had gone by along the road. At first we thought it was the want of company of his own kind that made him ask this question, but at last we began to see he was die to avoid him. So he wants to avoid him. When his Sherman seamen did stay at the grove, as now and then some did, he would he would look at him through the little door before he entered the parkour. He was always sure to be silent as a mouse when any such was present. Okay, okay. Um, to avoid them. Why does Bill regularly ask about the seafaring man? seafaring man. He isn't sure that other guests at the wedding will be welcome of sailors. He's trying to secure a job as a part of the crew. He's hoping to find an old friend. No, that's the contrary. He doesn't want to encounter any other sailor unexpected, un, unexpectedly, unexpectedly, or unpredictably. I know it's not predictably, but that's what the word should be.
Unexpectedly.
Yeah, unpredictable.
Unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly. Wait, what? This word has an ed on it, and then ally. Ed makes it past unexpectedly. Unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly.
Unex- unin- unin- ah, unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly.
Unin-
Unexpectedly.
unexpectedly. Oh my god, that's a word I can't pronounce. He doesn't want to encounter any other sailor unexpectedly. Oh, this is a what do you call it? Ooh, my bottle scared me. This is a pirate, and because pirate makes enemies, he doesn't. Oh, Bill is a sailor staying at the interval and in the. Oh, I really thought I read it wrong, and I thought it said Bill is a kid who's staying at this place because he ran from his parents. But no, the parents are the narrator. That would be much better. Mr. Vocabulary for this. Oh, it's not like there's like a website for that. Okay, let me read that again. The following text is adapted from Robert Louis' novel Treasure Island. Bill is a sailor staying at this place, an inner. How do you say this word? Inner or inni? In?
In. In.
Really, it's just inn.
In.
What's the point of putting another n? And established for the logging of traveler. A house usually in the country where people can eat and rent it. Oh, so like a motel or hotel or something like that. Is there? But okay. Oh, okay. So if it's a double N, INN, it's a hotel. Oh, okay. Where are we? Oh, okay. Stay. Bill is a sailor staying at this in hotel run by a narrator's parents. Every day when Bill come back from his stall, I don't know what stall was either. Stall, stall, stall,
Stroll.
stroll,
Scroll.
stroll. Okay, stroll means to go from place to place in search of work or profit. Really, there's a word for that. To walk slowly and usually a pleasant and relaxed way. Nah, it's the first one. Okay, every day when Bill came back from his stroll, he would ask if any or sailors man had gone by along the road. At first, we thought it was the one of company of his own kind that made him ask this question. But at last, we began to see he was devious, devious.
Desirous.
Yes. I could just say he was or he wanted to avoid them. When a seaman did stay at the hotel, as now and then some did, he would look at him through the curtained curtained curtained. Oh wait, bruh. Yeah, curtained door before he entered the parlor. I think that's the lobby, right?
Parlor.
Parlor is definition. I wonder. Is there no definition for parlor?
parlor,
Hmm. British spelling of parlor. Okay, what's parlor? A room used primarily for governors or the of guests, such a store or business that sells a specific kind. Bro, the simple definition is not good. Yeah, when any. Okay, yeah. Wait, wait. And he always sure to be silent as a mouse when any such was present. Okay, yeah. Next article, baby. What time is it? It's 10:14. I'm so doomed. In this article, we go over helpful tips for certain for central ideas and detailed questions, as well as tips that may apply to any question types on the map on the SAT reading and writing tests. Try them yourself with the example questions at the bottom. Note that these tips won't all apply to every question. Rather, you might find you already told me this. Stay specific, don't stay beyond the focus of the passage, eliminate choices that blur the idea discussion in the text, and look out for small twists and turns that make a choice seem relevant when it actually expresses something unsupportive by the passage. If you happen to have outside knowledge of the topic being discussed, don't call on this outside now, wait, what? If you happen to have outside knowledge of the topic being discussed, don't call on this outside knowledge. Stay only to what is being discussed in the text. Okay, but I did get one answer right because I had outside knowledge. Or at least I read it wrong and used my outside knowledge to get it right. Keep your prediction as short and simple as possible. If your prediction is just a long if your prediction is just as long as the passage itself, it's not simple enough. Keep simplifying it until you can sum it up in one brief idea. Then use that prediction as a test. One more concile your prediction. The more wait, conceal, conceal, conceal,
Concise.
concise, concise, marked by beauty or of expression or okay. This is where simple definition is needed. Using few words, not including extra. Alright, word of the day.
anecdote,
I know for sure that word came one time. You can sum it up in one brief idea. Then use the test prediction as a test. The more concise, conceal. I just looked at conceal, but it's not conceal. Concise. It's concise. Ha! Conceal will need another S. The more concise your prediction, the quicker and easier it will B to check it against the choices. Use the keywords as map. When a question asks about the detail from the passage, it will often do so by referring keywords and phrases from the text. Look for those words in the passage. They will direct you towards the answer. This feels like uh, something. When a question asks about a detail from the passage, it offers it will offer do so by referring keywords from the passage. Look for those words in the passage. But the question asks you about details from the passage. Hmm. Okay. General essay reading and writing tip. Oh my goodness. Don't get hung up on unfamiliar words, even though some words in the text may be unfamiliar. I already read this, but we can still usually summarize the text as and get the gist without trying to define these words. When you encounter unfamiliar words, try to guess their meaning based on the context, but don't waste time to figure out the exact definition. It's more important to focus on the big picture of what's happening in the text. In fact, by focusing on the big picture, you will probably get a better sense of what unfamiliar words means anyway. Sometimes, if you're only unfamiliar with one, you're okay, but two, you're doomed. Abbreviate the jargon. Jargon refers to special words that are used by a particular profession or groups and are difficult for others to understand. On ACT reading and writing tests, it's normal to see scientific and technical jargon, such as Latin name of an animal species or the technical name of a subject instead of substance. Instead of trying to read terms fully and perfectly, abbreviate them. For instance, yeah, I read this. Use the process of melanation, elimination. No, elimination. And guess. Eliminate the choices that you know are wrong and narrow it down. Once you eliminate all of the choices you know are wrong, go ahead and guess one of the remaining choices. There's no penalty for guessing, but there is a penalty for getting it wrong. Right, can you use some of this example? Try it yourself first, then click show examples and see how we do it. Example. The following text is adapted from A to okay. According to the text, what is one way a mother engage with her children? Engage with her children. Okay. Mother did not spend all her time in paying doll visits to ladies and sitting dully at home waiting for doll ladies to pay visit to her. She was almost always there, ready to play with her children. One way mother engages with her children. So, ready to play with her children and read to them and help them do their home lessons, even homework. Besides this, she used to write stories for them, okay, for them while they were at school and read them along after tea. And she always made up funny stories. Okay, we know. Okay, she advised them for interrupting her when her friends are paying visits. No, she brings them to her friend's doll birthday party. No, She creates stories and poems for them. She enjoys playing games with them, but is bored reading to them. Yeah. C was a correct answer. Then I mean D was a correct answer, but not at the last one. This isn't what the text says. The text doesn't suggest that mother is bored by reading to them. Instead, it suggests that she enjoys doing this. Alright, next video. Oh my god, I'm so close to lesson 4. I can taste it.
Let's take a look at this writing and language question. So we've got this little blurb that introduces a passage from a novel. And then
Can't hear anything because of this big loud fan next to me.
we've got the passage itself, but
What's that there? Guitar.
let's take a look at this writing and language question. So we've got this little blurb that introduces a passage from a novel.
Wait, it's
And then
12.
we've got the passage
Wait,
itself,
wait,
but
it's 12, it's 12, it's 12. I need to see the daily Roblox meme and try to break the daily Roblox meme. I have corn virus. What is a corn virus? No, the timer is done. No. Alright, if they say one word, I leave the call and never join back again. 3, 2, 1. Boom, they said a word. Now I will do that again 50 minutes later. If they say a word again, I will join. Um, everything looks good. I did not make the sound. Okay, nice. Um, it's kind of break time right now, but I will finish this video.
wait,
Wait, the sentence before me. I'm gonna complete it before you.
let's take a look at
Yes.
this writing and language question.
Aha. Okay, where is my pencil? Where's my pencil?
So we've got this little blurb.
Pencil. Give me that. Okay. You know what? Let's make it like a little bigger because because you're not gonna make sense. That's goody enough. Let's do it. The following okay. Which choice best states the main idea from the text? Um, Pierre was ungrainy, suave, about the average height, born, blonde, not blonde, bro, Eddie, bond, with a broad, yes, broad, with huge red hands. He did not know, as the saying is, how to enter a drawing room and still less how to leave one. What? Translated. Outside broad with huge red hands. He did not know, as the saying is, how to enter a drawing room and still less how to leave one. This is how to say something particularly agreeable before going away. Thus, he was absent-minded. Absent-minded. Very important. When he rose to go, he took up instead of his own. The general considered hand, and held it, pulling at the plane till the general asked him to restore it. What? Main idea of the text. So it's a war, novel war, and it was translated, adapted from War and Peace. This states the main idea of the text is disabil- disability, deliberately unpleasant to others. It didn't say anything about others. Has it? It's exclusive from formal manner could be is physical and socially awkward. Yes. Hannah has a good sense of humor. Nah, bruh. No, no, not even close, bro. Physically and socially awkward. I mean, he is physically awkward. How to say something particularly agreeable before going away. Okay, so he is physically and really awkward. Has a excessively formal manner. That sounds like he doesn't. He does have formal manner. So let's see. Bro,
Blurb that introduces. And then we've got the passage itself, but we'll avoid diving into that for now. And down below that, we have a question that asks us which choice best states the main idea of the text. So if you'd like to pause the video here and give the question a go on your own, be my guest.
thank you.
Now let's talk through it together. So, because the question asks us about a main idea, we know this is a central ideas and details question. You'll encounter several of these questions on test day. And your job is pretty blessedly straightforward, I gotta say. You don't need to bring any outside information or knowledge to this question. Like, for this one, the passages from War and Peace, you don't need to know anything about War and Peace. Everything you need is contained within the question. You just have to put all the pieces together. The power was inside you all along. Okay, so finding the central idea is like asking, what's the point of this passage? Why was it written? What's it meant to convey? Sometimes these questions will ask a very specific question about a detail from a passage. And other times they'll ask you about the main idea of the passage, which requires you to put those details together. In this case, we're working with one of those main idea questions. Let's talk about what a main idea should cover. A main idea should cover most of the details in the passage, as well as mention points of emphasis, but it should not focus on just one detail, nor will it introduce new ideas that weren't present in the passage. And it won't contradict the text either. So, now that we know what a main idea does, how do we go about looking?
Details including. Okay, while reading, I should also think like what's that passage actually talking about, because I don't actually think about it. I just put all this stuff in and then look at the choices and be like, oh yeah, that works. I would have said like that guy, he's like doing weird stuff. So yeah.
For it? Well, first we suggest that you cover the choices. We don't want them to distract us from making an accurate prediction. Then we'll summarize the text in our own words. On main idea questions, this summary will function as our prediction for what the main idea is, because these passages are pretty short. Uncover the choices and then find a match to your prediction. If you don't find a match immediately, use the process of elimination and get rid of any choices that are too broad or too narrow or that misread or contradict the passage. Okay, let's return to the question now and put this strategy into action. First step, cover the choices. Next step, summarize the text. So the following text is adapted from Leo Tolstoy's 1869 novel, War and Peace, translated by Louise and Aylmer Maude in 1922-23. Pierre was ungainly, stout, about the average height, broad with huge red hands. He did not know, as the saying is, how to enter a drawing room, and still less how to leave one, that is, how to say something particularly agreeable before going away. Besides this, he was absent-minded. When he rose to go, he took up instead of his own the general's three-cornered hat, and held it, pulling at the plume, till the general asked him to restore it. So our boy Pierre is ungainly, he's clumsy. He doesn't know how to make an entrance, and he's even worse at leaving. When he leaves, he picks up someone else's hat and tugs on its feather until someone points out the hat isn't his. So, he's big, he's clumsy, he doesn't know what to do with his hands. Listen, Pierre, I feel that, my guy. He's anxious and awkward. That's my summary. Pierre was an anxious, awkward man. That is also my prediction, and now we'll try to find a match. Let's unveil the choices and see what we've got. Choice A, deliberately unpleasant. Well, that doesn't match my prediction. The passage doesn't say he was unkind to people on purpose. He's just awkward. We can eliminate this one. Choice B, he has an excessively formal manner. That feels like new information, so we can eliminate that too.
Excessive. Hey Siri, what does excessively mean?
Excessively means to a greater degree or in greater amounts than is necessary, normal, or desirable, inordinately.
I knew it. I mean, it's like better than normal manners. He's good manners. Play. What? Oh, okay. I have to use my mouse.
Choice C. Oh yeah, that's it. Pierre is physically and socially awkward. That's basically what I said. He was anxious and awkward. On test day, we could save ourselves some time and stop here, but let's look at choice D just for completion's sake. Okay, choice D. Pierre has a good sense of humor. There's no evidence for that in the passage. Maybe he took the general's hat as a wacky prank, but we don't have the context from this short passage to actually prove that. So that is not our answer. Even if we didn't find a choice that matched our prediction this well, we could see that choices A, B, and D are talking about things that aren't reflected in the passage. So we've got two distinct paths to victory, is what I'm saying. If our prediction doesn't get us there, elimination will. Let's talk through some top tips for approaching this question type. Keep it simple.
That's too hard.
Whatever your summary is, see if you can get it down to a few words, because that's what the choices look like, a few words or a short sentence. And keep it specific. Any choice that either gets too broad or too narrow won't be a main idea. Keep yourself focused on what the text actually says, not what it might say if it were a little bit longer. And that's how you approach a central ideas question on the SAT, test takers. Good luck out there. You've got this.
See, it will see. It's my break time now, so I will end the stream and come back after 10 minutes. Bye bye.